because I think we're going to need AIs before long. And the reason is one that you've considered, but most people haven't, which is that human longevity is going to grow very rapidly. So we're going to face an interesting situation where people live for, say, 200 years. And of course, they'll only have one child per person because the planet can't stand too many people. So there'll be a 160-year-old child for each 160-year-old semi-retiree, assuming people have to retire at all. Basically, there'll be no one to do the work. So we're going to need very smart machines to make the beds and nail the solar panels to the tops of the telephone poles and all the things that have to be done. So I hope we'll start working on trying to make resourceful, versatile machines much sooner, but once people start working on them, I can't imagine any particular obstacle for why they shouldn't get smarter and smarter.
Artificial intelligence, or AI, has been making significant strides in recent years, from natural language processing and image recognition to machine learning and robotics. But what if AI could do more? What if it could reason, learn, and adapt like humans? This is the promise of artificial general intelligence, or AGI, and it could change the world as we know it. AGI refers to the hypothetical development of AI that can perform any intellectual task that a human can do. It means creating machines that can reason, understand, learn, and think creatively. AGI would be able to solve problems and perform tasks it has never encountered before, adapting to new situations, just like a human. While we have seen significant advancements in narrow or specific AI, such as speech recognition or playing games like chess, AGI still remains elusive. But once AGI is achieved, it could revolutionize how we live, work, and interact with the world. The possibilities of AGI are endless. It could help us solve some of the world's biggest problems, such as climate change, poverty, and disease. It could also lead to the emergence of new industries and job opportunities, and enhance our quality of life in countless ways. But there is another term that is often associated with AGI, the singularity. Singularity refers to the hypothetical point in time when AGI would rapidly self-improve, leading to a cascade of changes that would be difficult to predict or control.
Well, but that's true of any machine. When cars came in, you had to teach people not to scare the horses with them. And there was nothing to stop the chimpanzees from reaching human levels, and there'll be nothing to stop our machines from reaching human levels and further unless we stop them. And in fact, we better be very careful in the transitional stages because it's not clear whose interest they have at heart.
The singularity is a theoretical event where AI becomes so advanced that it can improve itself exponentially, leading to an intelligence explosion. This could lead to a transformative event for humanity, with the emergence of a post-human civilization, or it could pose risks and dangers that we need to consider. So, what does this mean for us? Well, the development of AGI and singularity could have far-reaching implications for society, ethics, and governance. We need to ensure that we are prepared for these changes and that we have measures in place to manage the risks and maximize the benefits. This is why scientists, researchers, and policymakers need to work together to explore the potential of AGI, while also considering the implications and ethical considerations associated with it. Artificial general intelligence represents the next frontier of AI, and the potential benefits are significant. But we must approach this technology cautiously and responsibly to ensure a positive future for all.
Intelligence is not something mysterious that can only exist in human brains. It's something we can also build. We were basically building these alien minds that are much smarter than us, who we're going to have to share the planet with, right? And the pessimism is because basically everybody who's driving the race towards this cliff is in denial about there even being a cliff, but they can't stop. No company can pause alone because they're just going to have their lunch eaten by the competition and get killed by their shareholders. Otherwise, there might simply not be any humans on the planet at all. This is not an arms race.
As with any technology, there are potential risks and dangers associated with the development of artificial intelligence, AI. One of the most immediate concerns is the potential for AI to replace human workers in certain industries. As AI becomes more advanced, it could automate jobs that were once done by humans, leading to job loss and economic disruption. AI systems are only as good as the data they are trained on, and if that data is biased or incomplete, the AI may perpetuate and even amplify those biases. This could lead to discriminatory outcomes, particularly in areas such as hiring, lending, and law enforcement. As AI becomes more ubiquitous, there are concerns around the privacy and security of personal data. AI systems often collect and analyze vast amounts of personal data, and if that data falls into the wrong hands, it could be used for nefarious purposes. AI systems can be complex and difficult to predict, and there is a risk that they may have unintended consequences. For example, an AI system designed to optimize traffic flow might inadvertently cause congestion in other parts of the city. There is a growing concern around the development of autonomous weapons, which are weapons that can operate without human intervention. These weapons could be used to conduct war without risking human lives, but there are ethical concerns around their use and the potential for them to be hacked or used for malicious purposes. Some experts have raised concerns about the potential for AI to pose an existential risk to humanity. For example, if an AI system became powerful enough to self-replicate and self-improve, it could rapidly surpass human intelligence and potentially become impossible to control. It's important to note that these risks are not inevitable, and there are steps that can be taken to mitigate them. As AI continues to advance, it's critical that we approach its development with caution and responsibility, and that we prioritize ethical considerations in the design and deployment of these systems.
The question is the singularity near? And the answer is yes, depending on what you mean by near, but it may well be within our lifetimes.